Hello, Space Cats. I've been an illustrator all my life. Well, perhaps not my whole life. And I'm here to show you how I do things, because sharing the love is how we learn, right? I live on a small island off the coast of England, which some think is stuck in the 1950s, but that suits me just fine. I spend my days painting, drinking property, and booping my best buddy. I've been making picture books since 2012 and now have 15 or so published, and I illustrate all things woodland animal, sea creatures and fairy lore. I have playlists on how to make picture books and illustrator tutorials. So if quirky and whimsical and playful describes you, then grab a piece of paper and your weapon of choice and let's get creative. Hi everyone! A couple of weeks ago I created this image of a snuggly badger family. But I realised after I'd finished it that I meant to do a really starry sky. So today I will be rectifying that in real time, and I'll be exploring methods of painting stars. You might be aware that we had a 6 planetary alignment over the last weekend, it peaking on the 25th of January. So, well, that's nice. But what does it really mean? Many people have been talking about Saturn, Venus, Neptune, Uranus, Jupiter and Mars all being in a line with our Sun, and that it's significant to us. As far as my little cerebellum understands, you'd have to be a billion or so miles away from the Earth to really take full advantage of seeing this alignment. So no, we're not going to witness it. I mean, well, I'm not. I make a point of leaving the Isle of Wight as little as possible. And really, that alignment is only from one viewpoint. In the rest of the sky, the planets are just there, doing their own thing, minding their own business, and being planety. However, with my hippie woo-woo hat on, yes, I do have one, in my hat cupboard along with my fez and bowler, I like what they say it signifies. In my spiritual quest for enlightenment, I am told that this is a time for new beginnings and a massive boost to creativity. To leave behind the old 2024 that was so difficult for so many, and to welcome in the new lunar year. Even if you think that's a load of old rubbish, I encourage you artists and makers out there to embrace a rocket up the bottom of creativity. Any excuse to boost your imagination is great as far as I'm concerned. So my question is, what are you going to do with this energy? What are you going to make? Make a dress or a film or a picture or a family? Let me know what you're going to make this year. Still with the skies in mind, we have just had 2 storms in quick succession. On Friday last week, we felt the buffeting of Storm Eowyn, which the west of Ireland, Wales and most of Scotland felt the brunt of. We did have a very respectable 88 miles an hour wind at the Needles, our westerlymost point on the island, and that's 142 kilometres an hour if you want it in grams and kilograms. Thankfully, we had no damage, but I'm on a YouTube loop with some people who live in Scotland, and they were definitely having some hairy moments. But now we are into Storm Erminia, which is bringing heavy rain and gusty winds, and it's hitting the south of England where I am. Ho hum. So to the image. You'll probably be following along with what I've done here, but just as a recap, this is what I've tried out. Some Posca white pen. Some white chalk pastel, 2 watercolour pencils from my Inktense set, the Inktense and just the general watercolour one, and of course I've watered them down. And I've also used, and I think to quite a good effect, the watercolour, it's Winsor & Newton watercolour paint with an old toothbrush, and I've sprayed that on, and that did seem to come out quite well. It's given me some good star shapes and textures. Before I put them onto the real thing, I cut out the tree templates to cover the work I didn't want to get white on. Because, you know, if there was a an actual star between you and the nearest tree, you'd probably be in really big trouble. If you found this little yarn entertaining, I'd be so grateful if you'd give it a like and share, or drop a comment, even if it's just say hi, because I'm on a bit of a weird YouTube algorithm at the moment, and frankly, I'd love my work to get out to lots of people. It can be a secluding business being an illustrator, and it's nice to know that there are folk out there. Hello, folk! Okay, that's it for now. I'm off to sing Chim Chimney to a chimpanzee. I will see you next week. Nano, nano.